Have you ever felt like despite all your efforts to live a good, faith-filled life, you're met with one challenge after another? Does it ever seem like the more you try to do right, the harder things get? If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. Today, we're diving into a profound yet often misunderstood truth. Sometimes, the toughest paths are specifically meant for those who are chosen for special missions. Why does this happen? Why would a life dedicated to following God's call be filled with pain and difficulties? The answer might surprise you. It's not because you're doing something wrong, but perhaps because you are doing something right. Being chosen by God is a significant honor and responsibility, and it often comes with its own set of challenges. These challenges are not just random setbacks. They are divine preparations, shaping you for something greater. Throughout history, many who were chosen by God faced enormous trials. Think about Joseph, who was sold into slavery and imprisoned before he fulfilled his destiny in Egypt, or Paul, who faced countless persecutions and hardships as he spread the gospel. Their journeys were tough, but they were also transformative. In this video, we'll explore why experiencing pain and hardship might be a sign that you've been chosen for a unique and important mission. We will uncover how these trials serve not just as tests, but as training grounds for greater works God has prepared for you. So, if you're feeling weighed down by the struggles you face, stay with us. Today's message is especially for you. Let's find comfort in understanding that these pains could very well be indicators of your special calling and essential role in God's plan. Join us as we learn to view our hardships as badges of honor and as part of our divine mission. Let's delve into what it really means to be chosen by God. Many of us may think of being chosen as a privilege that brings blessings and ease. However, as we look deeper into the scriptures and the lives of those marked by God's call, we find a different story, one of great responsibility and often great challenge. Let's consider Moses, a figure synonymous with leadership and faith. Moses was not living a life of ease when God called him. He was in exile, a fugitive from Egyptian justice, living as a shepherd in the desert. When God called him from the burning bush, Moses' life took a turn not towards comfort, but towards immense challenges confronting Pharaoh, leading a stubborn nation through the wilderness, and facing criticism and rebellion from his own people. Yet, through these hardships, Moses fulfilled a pivotal role in God's plan. Similarly, think about Job. Job was a righteous man who suffered immense losses. His wealth, his family, his health. Faced these trials not as a punishment or as a sign of abandonment by God, but as part of a divine narrative that ultimately increased his faith, doubled his fortunes, and left us with powerful lessons about perseverance and faith in adversity. Why are these stories important for us today? Because they reflect a common theme in the journey of those chosen by God. Being selected often means being perfected through trials. These trials are not signs of God's displeasure. Rather, they are evidence of His trust in us to handle great missions. As we reflect on our own lives, think about the challenges you face. Have you considered that these might not just be random setbacks, but could actually be part of a divine training program designed just for you? Every struggle in life is an opportunity to grow closer to God, to strengthen our faith, and to prepare for greater tasks that lie ahead. This perspective is not just about enduring pain, but about understanding the purpose behind it. It shifts our view from seeing challenges as obstacles to seeing them as bridges to deeper relationships with God and a more profound understanding of our role in His divine plan. So, if you feel chosen, consider what that truly means. It's not a path of roses, but it might just be a path of revelations and victories, hard-won through the trials and tribulations that prepare us to fulfill our God-given roles. Remember, the greater the difficulty we face, the greater the victory that awaits. As we close this part of our discussion, I encourage you to reflect on your own life. Are there trials you've faced that seemed insurmountable? How have they shaped you? Take a moment to consider how these experiences might be part of a larger plan, designed not to break you, but to build you into the person you are meant to be in God's grand narrative. As we continue our journey today, let's turn our focus to a more difficult, yet crucial aspect of being chosen, the role of pain in fulfilling our divine missions. Understanding this can transform the way we perceive our hardships and the way we live our faith. Why is pain so integral to our spiritual journey? Let's start by looking at the life of Jesus Christ. The Son of God, despite his divinity, was not spared from suffering. From his lonely moments in the wilderness to his agonizing hours on the cross, his earthly journey was marked by profound pain. But each moment of suffering was purposeful, a part of the redemption story for all humanity. Jesus' pain was not without reason. It was the very means through which God's love and salvation were manifested. This brings us to an important realization. If even Christ was not exempt from suffering, why should we expect to be? Pain, as seen through the Christian lens, is not merely an unfortunate part of life, but a vital ingredient in our spiritual growth and mission. It teaches us resilience, deepens our reliance on God, and often clears the path for new blessings and insights. Now, let's consider how this applies to our own lives. Each of us carries our own cross, our own set of challenges, uniquely tailored by God to shape our souls and sharpen our spirit. These trials may seem overwhelming at times, but they are not random acts of cruelty. They are God's tools, meticulously chosen to carve out his image in us. Think about a personal struggle you faced that seemed insurmountable. Perhaps it was the loss of a loved one, a severe illness, or profound personal failure. Reflect on how this pain, however unwelcome, brought you closer to understanding life's deeper values, faith, hope, and love more fully. How did this hardship bring you closer to God? How did it teach you to empathize with others, to be more compassionate? Moreover, embracing our pain with faith can lead to practical, transformative outcomes. It can inspire us to initiate change, both within ourselves and in our communities. Pain often propels us into action, motivating us to seek justice, offer compassion, and extend help to others who suffer. It turns us into active participants in God's work, not just passive recipients of his blessings. As we navigate our own valleys of shadow, it is vital to remember that God does not abandon us in our suffering. Scripture assures us, particularly in Psalms 23, that even when we walk through the darkest valley, we need fear no evil, for God is with us. His rod and his staff, they comfort us. This promise does not eliminate the pain, but it does infuse it with immense purpose and hope. Let's also consider the communal aspect of suffering, in sharing our struggles and our ways of overcoming them. Our personal stories of pain and perseverance can inspire others, offering them light in their darkest times. So, I encourage you, don't isolate in your pain, share your journey. The very act of sharing can be both to you and to those who hear your story. In closing this section, I want to leave you with a thought. Your pain is not pointless. It is a profound part of your mission, a necessary chapter in your story of faith. Embrace it, learn from it, and allow it to refine you into the person God intends you to be. As we move forward, let's carry this perspective with us, seeing our pains not just as burdens, but as beacons guiding us to a deeper, more meaningful existence. As we navigate the complexities of our spiritual journeys, it's natural to seek signs or affirmations that we're indeed on the path God has set for us. Today, we will explore some clear indicators that might suggest you are chosen for a specific mission. Recognizing these signs can reassure us and guide our steps as we fulfill our divine purposes. First, let's discuss a sign that is often overlooked: persistent challenges. If you find yourself facing one obstacle after another, it might not just be bad luck. It could be a sign that you're being prepared for something greater. Just like gold is tested by fire, our spirits are often tested by the trials we endure. These challenges might actually be shaping you for your mission, teaching you resilience, and deepening your faith. Another sign is a strong, unshakable feeling of being called to help others, even when it's difficult. This isn't about occasional charity, but a deep, compelling drive to serve that persists even when it costs you comfort or convenience. Think of Mother Teresa or Martin Luther King Jr. Their lives were not easy, but they were driven by a profound mission to serve. You might also experience unusual synchronicities, events, or encounters that seem too coincidental to be mere chance. Perhaps you meet someone who shares your vision right when you needed support, or you stumble upon resources that are exactly what your mission requires. These God winks are often confirmations that you are on the right path. A further sign is enduring passion for a cause that aligns with godly values. This isn't a fleeting interest, but a deep, sustained commitment to issues close to God's heart, such as justice, mercy, or compassion. When your passion aligns with God's principles, it's a powerful indicator that you're called to act in those areas. Additionally, you may find that despite your weaknesses, you are given opportunities to lead or influence others. This is a sign that God is not looking for perfection but willingness. He often chooses the unlikely, those who feel unqualified, but are willing to say yes to Him. Remember, Moses doubted his ability to speak, yet he was chosen to lead a nation. Let's not forget the inner peace that comes even in the midst of turmoil. If you can find a sense of peace when logic says you should be panicking, it might be God reassuring you that you are exactly where you need to be, doing exactly what you should be doing. Now, think about the changes in your life. Have you noticed any of these signs? Maybe you've seen them but haven't fully recognized what they were. Or perhaps this discussion is now opening your eyes to understand your experiences in a new light. As we wrap up this part, I encourage you to reflect on these signs in your life. Take a moment to consider how they might be guiding you towards your divine mission. And if you're feeling brave, share your experiences in the comments below. Let's create a space where we can encourage each other and affirm the signs we're seeing, helping one another to step boldly into the missions God has for us. Remember, being chosen for a mission is not about having an easy life filled with success and accolades. It's about making a difference, touching lives, and fulfilling the purposes that God has laid out for us. So, as you move forward, watch for these signs, embrace them, and let them steer you in your divine journey. Having discussed the signs that you might be on a divine mission, it's now time to explore how we can wholeheartedly embrace this calling. Accepting your mission isn't just about recognizing it. It's about actively engaging with it, no matter the challenges that come your way. First and foremost, embracing your mission means accepting that your path will be unique and may not align with conventional expectations. It's important to stand firm in your faith and your calling, even when others might not understand or support your journey. Remember, Noah built the ark when everyone else doubted and ridiculed him, but he stayed true to his divine instructions. Next, start by taking small, actionable steps toward your mission. It's not about making grand gestures overnight, but consistently moving in the right direction. If your mission involves helping the needy, start by volunteering a few hours each week at a local shelter. If it's about teaching, begin by offering small study groups or classes. These small steps will build the foundation for larger impacts. It's also crucial to equip yourself with knowledge and skills pertinent to your mission. If God has called you to a specific task, seek out the resources, books, courses, mentors that will help you perform this task effectively. Just as David prepared for his eventual confrontation with Goliath, By honing his skills with a sling, your preparation will play a key role in your success. Moreover, embracing your mission means being resilient in the face of setbacks. Challenges are not stop signs. They are merely test points that require perseverance and faith. When faced with obstacles, lean not on your own understanding, but on your faith that God will provide the wisdom and resources needed at the right time. Communication with God through prayer cannot be overstated. Regularly seek his guidance and wisdom. Just as Jesus often withdrew to lonely places to pray, take time to connect with God, allowing him to refresh your spirit and clarify your mission. Furthermore, embracing your mission is also about embracing community. No mission is fulfilled in isolation. Build relationships with like-minded individuals who can support, advise, and walk alongside you. These relationships will be sources of encouragement, wisdom, and practical help as you pursue your calling. Another key aspect is to share your journey openly with others. When you talk about your experiences and the lessons you've learned, you not only reinforce your own commitment, but also inspire others to consider their own missions. Your testimony could be the catalyst for someone else's discovery of their divine purpose. Lastly, always maintain a heart of gratitude. Every small success on your mission should be a cause for celebration and thankfulness. Gratitude keeps our hearts aligned with God's, reminding us of his continual presence and help in our journey. As we conclude this discussion, I encourage you to not only embrace your mission, but to cherish it. Consider it a privilege that God has chosen you for a purpose that contributes to his kingdom. Take a moment today to commit or recommit to your mission. Dedicate to God, ask for his blessings, and step forward with courage and conviction. Let's remember, embracing your mission is a dynamic process. It grows and evolves as you do. Keep your heart and ears open to God's directions and be ready to adjust as he leads. Remember, you are chosen not because you are perfect, but because God has a perfect plan for your life. Walk into it with faith and watch as God works through you to make a difference in the world. As we come to the end of our discussion today, let's take a moment to reflect on the journey we've embarked upon together. We've explored the depths of what it means to be chosen by God, the significance of the trials we face, and the signs that confirm we are on a divine mission. Most importantly, we've discussed how to embrace and actively engage with our callings. Remember, being chosen by God is not an easy path. It's one filled with challenges that refine and define us. These challenges are not markers of divine displeasure, but are instead affirmations of his trust in us to carry out great purposes. Moses, Job, and countless others throughout history were all chosen and faced great adversities, but their lives were impactful and left legacies that continue to teach and inspire. If today's message resonates with you, I encourage you to see your struggles through new lens. View them as opportunities for growth, as stepping stones on the path of your divine mission. Let these trials not discourage you, but strengthen your resolve and deepen your faith. As you move forward, hold on to the promise that God is always with you, guiding and supporting you every step of the way. Lean on him and lean on your community of faith. Share your journey, support others in theirs, and together, let's fulfill the great missions God has entrusted to us. Thank you for spending this time with me. If you found encouragement or insight in our conversation, please consider sharing this video with others who might also benefit. Don't forget to subscribe for more discussions like this, and feel free to leave your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Let's keep the conversation going. May God bless you abundantly as you embrace and fulfill your divine mission. Until next time, keep faith and keep moving forward.